Hey Dan, it's Luke, and it is day number 5. So, how are we getting on with our whole making a school community and all this malarkey? So, to bring you up to date, I've quit my 9 to 5 job to go full time on YouTube. Our main source of revenue is sponsored videos, but we want to kind of get away from that dependency and make our own thing. And for that, we're going to make a kind of community slash course. We were gonna do some like AI stuff, kind of like before. I used to have a community before, teach people AI, but we realised it's too broad, so we want to go niche. And for going niche, we're thinking of going to like YouTube or systems of which basically it's just to teach people how to use AI systems to save time, and that's the kind of main thing. So reduce the amount of time. Boom. And this YouTube systems was originally going to be like NAN, but I don't really use NAN that much. It's a bit of an overhead. I'd rather just click about a few times for most things. Have a bit of creative control. Oh, excuse me. So now instead of NAN, we're going to just do like systematized versions of what we actually do. So like how do I actually make thumbnails, stuff like that. And mainly it's to document it, to teach other people how to save time, because I've been able to go from having a 9 to 5. And last year, I went from having one kid who was listened to, not one is listened to, but one kid under two, to then having two kids under two, and a 9 to 5, and YouTube at night time, and the weekends, and was still able to quit my job. And I honestly do put it down mainly to a kind of system that I had developed um, to save time, so that I could just reduce the number of hours and psychological burden to do stuff like this versus when I've tried to do it in the past. So where are we on this journey? So something cool is that we've actually just hit 30,000 subscribers, um, which is cool. I think yesterday evening. But yeah, that's pretty cool. 30,000 subscribers. Here's all our videos coming along. We've got some sponsored ones in the pipeline. Pipeline's getting pretty busy, man. There's always stuff to do. It's crazy because that's something I'm struggling with, is to do all the sponsored videos, plus to do all the videos that I'm interested in. So like all the AI tools and stuff that come out. To do these and have a job, and have a job, sorry, uh, and trying to create a new job for myself, I suppose, with YouTube systems. Try to do this. Let's just say that it doesn't really work well when you then try to, do a proper, what's his name? Tim. Oh, what's his name? It's like Tim Webbs or Woods or something. What's his name, man? 4 hour work week guy. Whatever he's called. 4 hour work week guy. And sure, I think this kind of thing could be done, when you have AI systems which are in place, so like to fully automate this, for example, or to have just one thing. But a pattern I'm continually noticing is that I work well in the morning, not so good in the middle of the day. I lose the afternoon, evening, because it's bedtime, and then I work after bedtime. But then the problem here that I've noticed arising is basically, to see the colours. So it's because the camera's right here where the colours are. So we'll colour orange actual work time. So like we have here, and then I kind of, not really, here kind of, and then here, yes. But the problem is you try to work at this period of time at night, which is like, it's black, there we go, which is like 9 to 12 at PM. It's hard when you're waking up at 6, because then you're done in. So anyway, the problem is I thought I was going to have like a new kind of 9 to 5-ish job. Well, I knew I wasn't gonna, but basically it's not anymore. It's yeah, it's kind of all the time, and it's always in your brain as well, and you're always kind of snowed under. So, what I even really want to talk about today, I suppose, the status and where we are with everything is we haven't changed since yesterday, unfortunately. today's just been one of those days. I'm trying to clear my feet with other videos and stuff that I want to do, or well, I suppose obligations for money, because I need it because I don't have a 9 to 5 anymore. And that's something I'd say is like, see, a bit of advice is follow the money. There's a massive asterisk there, you know. When people come and say, "Will you promote my, you know, crypto or something?" Maybe not that money, right? Maybe that money, but maybe not. When people are like, "Oh, you know, I can make cool AI websites for free," you're like, "Yeah, cool, okay. Let me give it a bash and see." But yeah, follow the money is, funnily enough, how you get money. Because the problem is people get so stuck in like ideas of what they want to do that they don't follow what works. So it's kind of like, you know, people want to. What's it? I was thinking a crazy analogy, but yeah, I mean the YouTube version is basically like people like, can you review my tool? Put it on your YouTube channel. And honestly, most of these people, I would say, I actually can't think of a name of a sponsor off the top of my head who has disagreed with anything that I've written in an outline and or have asked me not to say things. Everyone's just like, just make a video, be honest, you know, have fun. And I always am. Um, and so like when people are like, can you make this video for money? And you're like, yeah. Now people problematically they have this kind of thing, and then they'll also be like, I want to make a video about this. Now what is this? You know, and this might be like, are we in an AI bubble? But the problem is like this is your opinion piece, and honestly, real talk from me at least, no one cares about your opinion. Like this video, no one will care about these videos, not unless my community ends up being big. But yeah, no one cares about them. Whereas this stuff here, it's informational. It teaches people stuff. People actually care about them. So that's kind of what I've learned mainly from my perspective. And it could be the accent, it could be my opinions, it could be anything. But you know, for the normal person out there, like no one cares about your opinion, especially something I do notice. Um, Maybe not legit, but I don't know. Just an observation from my side is if you're a female, if you're a woman, you're probably more likely to successfully post opinionated content. Whereas in the kind of manosphere, it has to be more informational, at least from the things that I've seen in my life, in real life. Not people on the internet have said, but things I've actually seen. Is because, yeah, normally opinions is it's like other women are normally looking for stories of people and stuff, and guys do too. I did when I was going bald, but generally most of my YouTube stuff is like informational based. So, but also when you make information, it's not that you can't be wrong, but like if you're making an opinion, you could be wrong. Whereas informational, you're not, and it kind of just goes back around to the whole YouTuber system stuff, which is basically, you know, when you're trying to give opinions like this is how I grew my channel. And the problem with this is how I grew my channel stuff is like it's historical information packaged as present information. But it's also opinion because it's like you don't actually know exactly what grew your channel. Because sometimes I jokingly say, like, when people say I know how to grow channels or whatever, it's like if you bought the same lottery ticket I did at that exact time on that exact day, you would have won. You know, and sure, it's all about hard work as well, but often the hard work is in that analogy, it's in collecting enough resources to buy as many lottery tickets as you can, as more of a better way to think about it. Whereas with like informational stuff, so YouTube systems, how to grow, you know, that's more aligns to this kind of opinion ideology. But like when you have actual systems that like save, you know, 2 hours a day, this is information. This is like it does. This is what it does. It does what it says in the tin. Look, it works. And I've always been like that. That's why I got a computer science degree. This kind of stuff was I couldn't face not having something tangible behind me. Otherwise, as it always comes back to, you feel like a fraud, and it's hard to talk from with authority from a position of fraudulence unless you're mental. So anyway, story short is our YouTuber systems has not progressed so far since I last spoke to you, but we have been clearing through our sponsored videos paying the bills, etc. And also finding some cool new tools. Because I do want to have a place on the YouTuber systems where we can actually like show you how to build websites and stuff. Because I would like to make it holistic, because it's all the stuff I'm interested in. You know, like websites, apps, even newsletters, maybe. We'll see, because then YouTube systems, it may grow to have like LinkedIn, maybe even Twitter or Facebook, but most likely LinkedIn because of the stuff that I make. But I don't know, we'll see. But long story short, right now is that like when you have definite money coming in and you have maybe money coming in, this is the path you need to do. This one is like you can do it if you are happy not making any money right now. If that's okay, then you can do that. But obviously, never sell your soul or your reputation and all this stuff. But also, you know, provide value. That's going to be the thing that I keep coming back to, and I'm starting to understand what that means. Anyway, I'm just waffling on because I don't really know what the point of today's video is, other than the fact that I haven't done what I was supposed to do, or kind of supposed to do. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Hopefully do it tomorrow. I will do it tomorrow. I need to start watching Hormozy again. I used to watch him all the time and like brainwashed myself into being basically Alex Hormozy in my brain. But somehow Alex Hormozy brain only works when you don't have kids. You know, when you've got kids, acting like Hormozy doesn't really work. Anyway, unless you don't want to see them or whatever, but I want to see mine. So anyway, I hope this provided some value to someone. Long story short of it, let me see, let's zoom out and see. I'm still using my little pen and pad. It's actually well good. I'm well impressed because I enjoy just drawing stuff. Long story short for day 5 is sometimes you need to focus on current money instead of new money. A good way to think about it is that when you have 2 trees, one tree here and another tree is here, you're thinking, look, where's the tree? This one's a tiny little seed. And see when you've only got 1 canister of water, how do you draw a watering can? Like that, maybe? I don't know. I'll do. When you have a watering can, you know, water the tree. Water the tree. Because you will get fruit from this tree. Whereas this tree here, you might not. And you probably won't for a while. So you should nurture this one if you can, but focus on your tree first. Anyway, time to say I'll see you later. Take care. Where's the button? I don't even know.